Hey guys, thanks for stopping back in to Let It Roll. Today, we're going to break it down to win. First of all, I need to thank Jovi for sending in the strategy for me to break down and to give it a shot. If you haven't seen the initial video that I put out on Monday, go ahead and take a look at it. It's up in the upper left-hand corner right now. Just click that, start with that video, then you can come back to this video and see exactly my thoughts on it. Some of the things I feel we could possibly, and of course we got to remember, a strategy is a strategy. You shouldn't be switching it up. But I thought I would like to go ahead and just take it a step further for viewers so they could see some things that we can do with the strategy. So you're going to see the base strategy, the strategy he plays, because in all honesty, I'm sure when he's playing this strategy too, based on what the table's doing, he might change a thing or two up as the day progresses, just like we all do. You know, we might start with the iron cross and then throw hard ways, this and that. So any strategies that we watch, guys, are base strategies. That's the way you start. You can make adjustments from there. So let's go ahead and take a look at Jovi's favorite strategy. Okay, guys, let's look at the base layout for this strategy. Jovi recommends the buy-in for at least $500. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually buy the 4 and 10 for $25 each. So it's going to cost $1 per place bet to buy that. And then you're going to put 2 units on the 6, 2 units on the 8. Okay, so this is actually what the base layout looks like. All right, so how does this strategy work? So if you look at the layout, of course you can see anytime you hit the 4, 6, 8, or 10, you're going to win. But there is one step we need to do before we start collecting money. So that's the good thing about this strategy is it's a very simple strategy, absolutely easy. Anybody can pick up and play this strategy if they want. So the main thing you want to do is you want to get your 6 and your 8 built to $24 each. All right, so this last week I've been playing it a little bit. I'm just going to throw a little tidbit in here for you guys to see how that works really quickly. So the first thing is we're going to build each of these to 24. And after that, that's it. That's the end of the strategy. You just keep your money up until Big Red shows. So you continually collect until Big Red shows. So this is a strategy that is built for longer rolls. Okay, so here's my experience from this week. You know, you might throw a 5, you might throw a 9 for your first 2 rolls, and then you might hit an 8. So the thing is once you hit that 8, you're going to win $14, which will allow you to bump up the 6 and the 8, 1 unit each. So you're really going to make $14, invest 12 back to go ahead and bump up the 6 and the 8. So you'll put $2 in your rack. Okay, so then if you hit another 6 or 8, you get $21, which will fulfill the 24 because you're going to add 12 more dollars to these to make each of them 24, which will give you $9 profit after that. So at that point, you'll have $11 in your bank. All right. So that's how it works with the 6 and 8. If you're fortunate enough to hit a 4 or a 10 for the first time that you score, you're going to make $50. So you can immediately put $24 here and keep 26 of it. All right. So then once you put your 24 here, you're ready to roll. So that is how the strategy works. You want to get your 6 and 8 to 24, and then from then on out, everything is gravy until Big Red shows. So that is the strategy in a nutshell. That's how it works. So let's go ahead, and what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at what it's going to take to break even with this strategy. Okay, guys, let's look at this strategy and figure out how many hits it's going to take to break even. Once you know how to break even with the strategy, you're going to realize when it's winning and when it's losing. So I think the break-even point is very important to understand from any strategy that you play. You need to understand these strategies. That way you know how to win with them. You understand that the casino is the big dog and they have a lot more advantages than you think. So it's very hard to win as it is. So it's really important that you understand how to win so you know what's going on when you hit the table. So first of all, let's look at this strategy here. All right, understanding how to break even. The one thing about a strategy, and most strategies, I say 98% of the strategies are built this way here, where they have a lot of holes, okay? So if you look at a strategy like this, if you throw a 2, 3, 5, 9, 10, 11, or a 12, you're not going to make any money. All right, so the point I'm trying to make here is I could come out with a come out roll of 5, okay, and then I might throw a 9, I might throw an 11, I might throw a 12, and then I might throw a 6. So we're already basically 4 rolls in before I even get one score. I've seen many times where you've got money laid out, whether it's just the inside or it's something like this, where 9 rolls will get thrown and you only score 1 time. So that's a teaching point for you guys right now with this strategy too, is that there's going to be holes in this strategy, just like every single strategy. There is no such thing as a strategy without holes. But I want you to know you might go 5 rolls before you get 1 pay. All right, but what I'm going to do with this to understand how to break even is I'm going to look at it as we're just hitting these numbers without hitting any of the holes first. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the lower end payments here. So if you look at our base layout here, we're going to win $50 for the 4 or the 10 if they get hit. All right, and we're only going to win 14 for this first one on the 6 or the 8, and then we're going to build it. So let's look at the worst case scenario first. So if you're looking at the 6 and the 8, let's say that we throw a 6. All right, we're going to get paid $14. Okay, and with that $14, the first thing we need to do is go ahead and press this up. All right, so okay, I'm going to pause the video so I can get my counter real quick. Okay, guys, I'm back. So looking at the counter here, the first roll was the come out roll, which we don't get paid on anyways because we're off. The second roll, we threw a 6. So we made $14, and we have to invest 12 of that 14 to add to our 6 and 8. So we are going to keep $2 to our name. So what would happen right now? If the third roll was a 7, we have $2 to our name that we've made with this strategy, and we lost 76 because we've got 74 right here. Plus we paid $2 for the VIGs for the 4 and the 10. So we have 76 at risk. After hitting the 6 one time, we collected $2. If the 7 was next, we would lose 76, collect 2, so we would be down $74. Now I'm just breaking this down so you guys understand the strategy. All right, fortunately, on the third roll, we threw another 6. We're just going to keep throwing 6 and 8s. We're not even going to talk about any holes right now because we want to see how many score hits it takes to break even. So now we throw another 6. We did press that, so now we're going to be at $21. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pay it this way so you guys can see how it comes out. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so there's $21 there. So we're going to go ahead and add to our strategy here because now we are exactly where we want to be. This was our goal, to get the 6 and the 8 to $24. And from here on out, we just keep on collecting. Okay, so now the strategy calls for continuous collections until Big Red shows. So I'm going to go ahead and keep everything nice and clean. So I'm going to make this a 5. All right, so right now, if Big Red were to show, we're still only in it for what was it? How much are we in for? $76. Okay, so we're still only in it for $76, even though there's more money up here. Okay, but if we were to throw Big Red, we would lose 76, and we would have 10 in our bank, or 11. So that would mean that we would lose $65 if Big Red showed on roll number 4. But it didn't. Roll number 4 was an 8 this time. So now we're going to get paid $28. All right, so roll 4 hit. Okay, so we made $28. And from here on out, like I said, it's a very simple strategy, and I actually really like it. Okay, so from here on out, it's just collect till Big Red shows. Okay, so if you look at that right there, on the 4th roll, we hit an 8. So now we've got $34 to our name. All right, if on the 5th roll, Big Red shows, we're going to just minus the 76 minus the 34. So what would that be? $42 we would lose on the 4th hit, something like that. I may be off on there, but just understand I'm telling you what's here and here. If I do the math wrong, I apologize. It's kind of tough thinking off the top of your head. Okay, so the 5th roll, fortunately, was not Big Red. It was another 8. So now we're going to get another $28. Okay, so if you look at our bankroll now, we've got, I'm going to clean this up again. Okay, so now we stand at $50, $65, $66, $67. That's on the fifth score of the lower denominations that we can make. All right, so still at this point, if we throw big red on the sixth roll, we're going to lose the 76, and we're going to have 50, 65, 67. Okay, so that would leave us with what? $9 loss. So we would have a $9 loss at this point if we throw big red on roll number 6. But we didn't. We threw a 6. So now we're going to get another $28. All right. Okay, so if you look at that now, we are at 75, 85, $95 now after 6 hits on the 6 or the 8. So now we're going to make some money. If we lost 76 and we've got 95, so we're up $19 now. No matter what happens, if big red came on the 7th roll, we would lose the 76 and we would win 95. So we would have profit of $19. All right, guys. So that's a quick look at what it would take to break even if you're hitting the least amount that you could win, because we only got 24 on here. So if you were hitting the 4 and the 10, you're going to make $50 instead of $28 per score. All right, so understand that. Now, the other thing we need to look at again here is I actually made it to where we hit a 6 or an 8 every single time. The odds of that happening are very rare. That ain't going to happen. So I'm just explaining the strategy and breaking it down so you understand how the strategy works, how you break even, and understand the possibilities of it happening. All right, so in this case, we had 6 straight scored hits to be able to be in a profit. Okay, so you need 5 hits. Well, actually, you need 6 hits to not go backwards if you only hit 6 and 8. So let's look at it this way. Let's say we threw, the first roll was the 5, then the second roll was an 8. So that's 2. Then the third roll was a 9. That's 3. Then we threw a 12. That's 4. Then we threw an 8. That's 5 rolls. Okay, and that's 2 hits. Then we threw a 3. That's 6 rolls. Then we threw a 6. That's 7. Then we threw an 8. That's 8. Okay, and then we threw, say, a 12 again. That's 9. Then we threw an 8. That would be 10 rolls. And then we threw a 6. So that would be 11 rolls for 6 inside hits, which is definitely a possibility that might happen. All right, so it might take 11 rolls to get hit 6 and 8 twice. All right, but in the meantime, you're going to be hitting 4s and 10s too, but I'm just trying to show you what it would take with 6 and 8s. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just look really quickly what it would take to break even with the opposite numbers, the 4 and the 10. Come out roll, we throw an 8. Okay, we don't get paid on the come out roll. All bets are off. Okay, so now we're going to just look at the opposite side. Let's say that the second roll is a 10. So this is a good thing. We're going to get paid $50. All right, and I'm going to break it down here to show you what it would look like here. Okay, so there's $50 right there. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get these to 24. So this is what we're going to do to get them to 24. Okay, so right now we are ready to start making money because we hit the 10. It paid us $50. We still have $26 left after we made our investment to make these 24 each. Okay, so that's a good thing. That's only one roll in. Okay, so let's say now we throw a 4. Okay, so if you look at that, we get another $50. And there we go. We are already at break even. So all it takes is 2 score hits on the 10 and 4 to break even with this strategy. Okay, because we have $76. If we were to throw the 7 now on the 4th roll, we would lose 76. We would win this 76 and we break even. All right, so understanding that it takes 6 score hits to at least be above even here. That's why I'm saying even, because 5 hits is just below even. So you need to hit the 6 and 8 6 or 8 at least 6 times to break even with this strategy. You only need to hit the 4 and 10 2 times to break even with this strategy. Now remember too, you're going to have the combination of both, but I'm not going to go through that. You might hit a 6 the first roll, and then you might hit a 4 the next roll. So you're going to, you would win 14, so you're going to keep 2, and then you might hit a 4, which would give you 50. So, you know how it goes. But I just want you to understand that you need 6 inside, 6 and 8s to break even, and you only need 2 4 and 10s to break even. So if you just average it out, you would need a combination of one of these and maybe 2 of these to break even, and so on and so on. So, all right, guys, now you understand how this strategy breaks even. Let's go ahead and talk about how you win and how you lose with it. Okay, guys, so understanding how it breaks even actually teaches us how it wins and how it loses. So the way this strategy wins, of course, is by hitting the 4, 6, 8, and 10, the 6 and 8 at least 6 times if those are the only numbers you're hitting, the 4 and 10 at least 2 times if those are the only numbers you're hitting, and up to maybe about 2 or 3 times with the combination of either of them. All right, after that, you're going to start winning. Okay, so the way you're going to lose is if you don't get at least 6 8s of this, the 6 or 8, or you don't get at least 2 of the 4 and 10, or at least 3 or 4 combination of the different numbers you have placed, you're going to continually go backwards. So if you hit 1 6 and then you 7 out, so let's say you throw the first number as a 5, then the second number is a 6, you win $14. All right, after you bump up your 6 and 8, the 1 unit each, it leaves you with $2 left in the bank. All right, that's what you won for that roll. And then if you 7 out after that, you're going to lose 76 and win 2, so you're going to go backwards 74. So that's how that's going to work. You need to understand that. If you get 2 hits on the 6 or the 8, so then on the 4th roll you 7 out, well, now you're going to have, $9 over here minus 76. So you're going to go backwards, what, $65 or whatever. So each initial hit that you get gets you closer to the breaking even point. But if you don't get at least 6 of these all together, 2 of these together, or combine 3 of these hits, you're going to go backwards with this strategy. So that's how you will lose. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple ways we could play aggressive and a couple ways we could play non-aggressive. Okay, guys, looking at some aggressive ways we could play this strategy. So first of all, let's say that if you were to get a come out roll of, say, 4, we don't get paid on the come out roll. But then let's say that you throw the 10. All right, so you're going to get $50. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to bump up your 6 and 8. Okay, you're going to bump up your 6 and 8 to the appropriate amount, which he wants them at 24 before you start collecting everything. Okay, so that means you've got $26 profit right here. All right, so one of the things you can do if you wanted, now here's the thing, understand now, I'm starting to just make adjustments from what happens at the casino. If it's a really good table and you want to start getting more aggressive, then who's to say you have to stay at 24 and on the 6 and 24 on the 8? What you could do is you could literally throw that quarter back over there and start pressing, okay? So now you've got $20 over here, but your 6 is now a 30. All right, so let's say that the 8 hits. Okay, so now you're going to get $28. Okay, so that was the 6. This is the 8. Okay, so now you win $26 or $28. And let's say now, okay, we're going to go ahead and make the 8 a 30. Remember, this is not his strategy. This is just some adjustments I'm going to go ahead and throw in there that you can do. Remember, this is for a hot table. This is when you've been seeing the table keeps doing well. All right, so now you've got your 6 and 8 to 30. Your 4 and 10 are also at their normal amounts. Let's say that you now throw a 10. All right, so you're going to get $50. And you could now cover your 5 and 9. So now you're at 160 across. And then from here, you could now, every single hit, just start collecting if you want. Or you could start collecting and pressing. Or you could say, okay, I'm going to stay at this level here for 5 rolls. And after 5 rolls, come back down to the initial strategy amount, which is 25, 25, 12, and 12, and then try and build it again. All right. So those are ways that, of course, are not his strategy. That is not what he recommended to me. This is just part of the Break It Down to Win series, just to kind of give you other ways that you can make adjustments if you see the casinos doing well, to be aggressive with his strategy. Okay, guys, let's look at some ways we could be non-aggressive. Say the point is thrown and it's a 6. All right, come out roll is a 6. All right, let's say that the first roll gets thrown and it's an 8. Okay, or the second roll, really, the first after the come out. So you're going to get $14. So what can we do to be non-aggressive with this strategy? Well, the first thing we can do, instead of building from 6 and 8 up to 24 each, we can just go ahead and keep this for ourselves instead. Okay. All right, that's one thing we can do. Or what if we say the table has been rolling only like 5 rolls and it's been pretty consistent with that? What if we say we're going to start regressing, after each roll? So this first roll, we keep this, okay? And we take our 4 and 10 down to $20. So let's just say we end up regressing 1 unit on the 4 and 10, and we leave the insides at their initial 2 units. Okay, these are still bought because you buy them, at least at my casino, it's $20 to buy them. So let's say that the third roll is a 4. So now we get $40. So all I'm doing is a regression technique now. So with this $40, we keep it instead of pressing it because the tables haven't been that great. So we're just going to go ahead and keep that, and we're going to regress down one more time. Okay, we'll put this over here. All right, so let's say the next roll is a 10. These are now no longer at my casino bought. You have to have $20. So they would give you your $2 vig back. Okay, and now we throw a 10. So you're going to get $27 for that 10. And we come down to 2 units on that. Okay, and we keep this, put this over here, because we initially started with 76. All right, and now if the 7 comes, we're only going to lose 10, 20, 30, $44. And if you look over here, that counters it with 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay, here's $44. So that's basically matches what we lose. So we still won $32 on this roll with only 3 score hits. What's going on, guys? If you're enjoying this content, please hit that subscribe button right there. Also, make sure you leave me a comment before you leave. And if you would right now, hit that thumbs up. You guys are the best part of Let It Roll. Let's go ahead and play through it for 10 minutes and see how it does for us. Okay, guys, let's get this started here. We're going to do 12 minutes instead of 10. We're going to do the come out roll. Okay, 7 on the come out. Now, like I said, he doesn't play the pass or the don't pass. All right, so the puck is going to go to the 8. And we're going to go ahead and place our bets. Remember, this strategy costs us $76 to play. I'm going to buy the 4 and the 10. All right, let's get rolling. And we're going to just play it the way he plays it. We're not going to do any kind of adjustments, less aggressive, more aggressive. But remember, if this table happens to be really good, I would probably start covering more numbers. Okay, so we're going to get $14. And vice versa. If it turned out to be really bad, I'd probably start regressing like I showed you earlier. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add 1 more unit to each of these. So now they're each at 18. And we need to get them to 24 before we just keep collecting. There's one of the holes that every strategy has. Okay, and there's the 8. That is the point and a collection. So we're going to get $21 for the 8. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and bump these up here. So now, no matter what, everything we do from here on out is nothing but collections as long as we're scoring. Okay, puck is off. Come out roll. Okay, back on the 8. All right. Okay, 7 out. All right, so let's just see what we ended up going backwards. Remember, I told you have to have at least 6 inside scores to break even, or 2 outside. And right there, you seen we had 2 inside scores, no outside. So we ended up losing 76, even though there's more on here. We invested 76. We kept 11 from that hand. So we ended up going backwards on that hand $65. So that's what I'm talking about with knowing how to break even and how to win with this strategy. So right now, I know that I'm backwards. A lot of times people think because they scored a couple times, you know, that they're okay. And then by the time the day's over, they look at their bankroll and say, man, what happened? All right, here we go. Come on, roll. Okay, 6 is the new point. We are going to go ahead and set our stuff out here. By the 4 and 10. And hope for a long roll. Okay, here we go. Okay, 5 is part of the hole, so no score. Okay, 8 is a score. That's going to be $14, and that's 1 score for us. So we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to set them right here, guys, to keep it a little bit quicker for us. Okay, that way I can get more rolls in. Okay, there's a 10. Awesome. That's what we want to see right there. So now we're going to get $50. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get change so we can see where we stand with this. So there's, okay, so there's our 50 right there. So we're going to go ahead and add this. So now we know that we now have 24 on the 6 and the 8. So we're ready to just continue to collect. So here's a good example of having a combination. We had 1 inside and 1 outside hit right now. And this is where we stand. So with 1 inside hit, 1 outside hit, I'm going to get a 5 for that. We're at $25.30. We're at $40 with 1 inside, 1 outside hit. Okay. And I think that's only like the second roll or third roll, something like that. Okay, 538. That's awesome. So that's another $28. All right. And everything from here on out is just collect. So it's a really simple strategy. So looking at our bankroll now, we've got 50, 65, 66, 67, $68 with 3 hits. 1 outside, 2 inside. We're at $68. We're in it for 76. So we'll be down $8 if we throw big red before another score. Fortunately, we didn't. So we got another 28 coming to us. All right. So now no matter what we can do, we cannot lose on this particular shooter. Okay, I'm going to get another $5 for this. Try and keep it nice and clean and easy to see where we're at. 75, 85, 95, $96. So there's nothing we could do to lose now. We would lose 76, but we have 90, whatever it was. Oh, there's the 7. 95, 96. Okay, minus 76. So we won $20 on that hand. Okay, so hopefully you're understanding now how to win and how to lose with this strategy. There again, I could have a teaching point right now and tell you it has been 2 short rolls, fairly short. Fortunately, we came out on the positive of this one. So you could consider doing like a regression since it's been cold table so far. Or you could just play it out for a specific number of shooters or a specific, time frame. You could say, I'm going to try it for 12 minutes and see where I'm at. Or you could say, I'm going to try it for 5 shooters and see where I'm at. There's different ways you can approach that. Okay, here's a come out roll. Okay, 4 is the new point. All right, let's go ahead and lay it out. So hopefully right now, off the top of your head, think about it real quick. Am I winning or am I losing with this strategy right now? And I'm not saying it's a good or bad strategy. I'm just trying to get you guys to understand how to win and how to lose with strategies in general, not even just this one. So if you said I was winning, you're wrong. Right now I'm down, I'm guessing roughly around $60. And that's because I understand how to win and how to lose with strategies. Because the first strategy I lost, 70 some or something like that. And then the second strategy, I was actually positive 20. So I'm somewhere in the $40 to $60 loss, and it's just an estimate for me. And that's what I try to do at the casino. Okay, craps 3 is one of the holes. So remember, right now, if we throw big red, we're going to lose 76 bucks because we didn't counter it with anything. Okay, so there's a 6. So that's one of the most common numbers, which is good why we cover that. One thing that I would consider doing is maybe doing $30 6 and 8 and $10 4 and 10 and do the same thing. You know, maybe build the 4 and 10 to 20s because in theory, there should be a lot more 6 and 8s thrown than 4s and 10s. All right, but there again, that's not his strategy. I try to stick with their strategy, and I need you guys to understand that. There's many ways to alter every single strategy that's out here. Okay, so now we've got $2 in the bank. Okay, 5 fevers a hole. Okay, 5 fever again. And that's the ugly number. So we had 76 invested. We only had 2 that countered it. So we lost 74 on this hand. Okay. So I'm guessing we're down around 110 to 140, somewhere in there. Okay, puck is off. And like I said, the point isn't trying to knock the strategy or really promote the strategy. It's to teach you how to win and lose with strategies. That's why I'm saying to break it down to win. Because every strategy can win. And every strategy can lose. It just depends on how the dice rolls. So you need to understand what's going on. That's the main thing. Okay, you're buying those. All right, so yes, it doesn't matter how you play, guys. If the dice roll the correct way, you're going to win. And if they don't, you're going to lose. So, you know, I think it's most important to understand how the strategy wins and how it loses. So you have 2 options. You could switch up the strategy if the table's showing something different. You could walk away, you know, or at least you're understanding what's going on. So, okay, $14. We're going to invest 12 of it back here to try and get these to 24. They're now at 18. Okay, there's another 8, so they get $21. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this off. Now everything from here on out is nothing but collections, and let's hope we get a long roll. This is definitely a strategy where you want to see at least 12 rolls, because then you have a good chance that you'll hit a few of the inside numbers. I figure on average, and this is just my guess, no guru or anything, but roughly anywhere from 9 to 12 rolls, you'll be even with this strategy. Okay, there's the point and the 10. Okay, so if you can make it 9 to 12 rolls, I think you'll be somewhere near the even mark. Okay, so come out roll. Okay, come out 7, we're okay because we don't play on the come out. Okay, there's an 8, so the point is 8. So let's make sure, hopefully this is the long roll. Okay, 5 is a hole. 8, all right, that is the point and a $21 win. Okay, I'm gonna try and go as quick as I can because we're gonna stop when that bell rings. So if you're looking at this here, okay, I'm gonna make that a green. So check out our winnings and know what we have on the board. All right, 6 on the come out, so point is 6. 7, all right, so hang on a second. I want to pause it just for a teaching thing real quick. All right, so the table has already shown it's been, you know, 4 to 8 rolls. Like I said, understanding the strategy, we know that we need at least about 9 to 12 rolls because we're going to hit numbers with holes in it. All right, so right now I'm figuring I'm only rolling 8 times. If this was me and I decided I wanted to stay with this strategy, I would probably start doing a regression with it. Now, if the table was hot and we were getting long rolls, then I would consider probably making the 5 and 9 covered, okay? But at this point, you see I just threw the 7 now. I have 75, I've got $82. It cost us 76, so we're up $6 right now. So at least we didn't go backwards on this hand. But we were at, I think, about the 8 roll mark right there. You know, I probably would have considered maybe even coming down and going to 22 inside. Now, this is just me talking. This is just me trying to do some teaching for those of you that are new to craps. Understand the strategy, understand the game, of course, understand how it wins and loses, and then know the averages. The average roll is between 6 and 8. Okay, so what can we do to win with this strategy? Look at what's going on at the casinos. This strategy looks like it's going to take anywhere from, like I said, 8 to 12 rolls to break even. So we've got to definitely make some adjustments when you see the table is cold to semi-cold. All right, so fortunately we didn't go backwards, but unfortunately with this strategy right now, we're not really making much money because the average numbers of rolls is either breaking us even or taking us backwards. Okay. Let's stick with it though, because that's the other reason why, another teaching point for you guys, is they say have enough bankroll for 10 shooters, because averages also show that, you know, usually at least 1 to 2 people out of 10 will roll 12 to 20, and sometimes even more. You might get lucky and catch that 40 roll. So that's why they say on the other instance, then you would want to have $760 to play this strategy for 10 shooters, because it costs 76 bucks. So fortunately, we would actually still probably have enough for 10 shooters, because, you know, 2 of the rolls were kind of bad, and then 2 of them were just right above break even. So we're down 150 or so, I'm guessing. Okay, here we go. Come out roll. All right, point is 8. I'm not going to stop right when the bell goes off if I'm still rolling. I'm going to play through till big red shows. Okay, I'm going to get some 1s. Okay, and I need the $2 to buy the 4 and the 10. All right, let's do this here. Long roll, baby, come on. 7 out. Those hurt any strategy, guys. A 0.7, doesn't matter what you play, you're gonna lose. That's another thing you need to realize. If there's such short rolls like that, I don't care what strategy you have out here, your bankroll is gonna go backwards. There's nothing you can do about it. You gotta have, you know, a few rolls in order to make money in craps. All right, come out roll. We'll do 1 more roll. We're just going to stop after this roll no matter what. Okay, 6 is the point. Let me get some reds. Okay, so we're covering the 6 and the 8. I need to get some whites to, let's get 5 more whites. Okay, we're going to just play this roll out and see how it works. Got to buy the 4 and the 10. And we are now ready to make some money. Let's go, baby. Okay, 9 is a hole. 8, there we go. That's a $14 win. Okay, so we're going to add to those. We got $2 in our bank. Come on, 4. Come on, we need 4s and 10s. There's another 8. It's $21. Okay. So now we've got our 6 and 8 to 24 where they want them. Okay, and we've got $11 in our bank. Okay, 4, baby. All right, that's what we want to see right there. Those are the numbers you hope for with this strategy. So we got $61 in our bank. That's not the number you want to see with this strategy, with any strategy actually. So we won $61 and lost $76. We went backwards $15 on this hand here. All right, so hopefully you understand this strategy. Now real quick, oops, let me put this over here, see where we're at. Real quick before I count up our total. Like I said, one thing that might be an adjustment with this strategy is maybe instead of doing the 10 and 4 heavy, do the 6 and 8 heavier. So you had 5 units on the 4 and the 10 and 2 units on the 6 and the 8. Maybe you do 5 units each on the 6 and the 8 and 2 units on the 4 and the 10. Just an adjustment that can be made. So there again, that wouldn't be his strategy though. And like I said, I can guarantee you he makes adjustments at the casino also, because all of us do. We start with something, and if it ain't working, we start making changes. So, okay, guys, I think I forgot to say what the ending bankroll was. I just counted it up. It was $296. So we were down $204 from that strategy. The main point is here is to understand how a strategy works. How a strategy breaks even, and I feel, is the most important thing to know. That way you know that you need to regress sooner if the table's cold, or if the table's hot, you know how you can press and take advantage of the strategy. Every strategy will win, every strategy will lose. You just need to know how it wins and loses. That's what matters. So thanks again, Jovy. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.